Motorists and commuters in Makurdi, the Benue state capital, and other parts of the state are bitterly complaining about the pump price of petrol, which now sells for between 540 and 640 naira per litre. Mayowa Kuato visited some filling stations in the state capital. He now reports.
Many filling stations in Makurdi now sells between 540 to 640 naira per litre. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation sells for 617 naira per litre. Here is one of the cheapest selling stations, which sells for 540. The rush and long queues is as a result of fear for further increments. A commercial motorcycle operator could not hide his frustration over the matter, pointing out that the new price increment of the product is only worsening the living conditions of many.
I always spend, almost always every day, I spend 3,000 naira for my fuel. And sometimes I get 7,000 naira, I use 3,000 naira for fuel every day, every day. I've been even crying very bitterly now as they increase it to 617. Some I saw in internal there, they are selling is 650. So I even imagine how I can survive.
Public transport drivers are particularly hit and complain that their gain per trip is now less than half of what they used to take home to their families. The development has forced commercial transport operators to maintain very high fares for both inter- and intra-city transportation.
Been another increment for crying out loud. I'm a graduate of University of Ilori, Zoology, 2013. When there is no job, I choose to do this to put food on my table. But where is the government leading us? For crying out loud. Seriously, I'm not happy. Look at the innocent passenger. Instead of me hitting the road, and I have to queue.
Others fear that they might end up having a car that they can't drive.
I know some of my colleagues now, they can't even use vehicles again. Is that bad? I don't know. Maybe we don't know how long some of us will even use our vehicles, given this price. And I think this rush today is for the fear that we had that there's going to be another increment in.
Okay, I have a family of 5, and then I have other dependents. So it's actually a sad one. So going to work every day, and then it's more like you're buying for. Let's say I was buying for 20,000 naira to run for a week. 40,000 naira just for a week, which is too much, and the salary is nothing to write home about.
Most of the filling stations owned by the independent marketers now enjoy a steady supply of the products, which they sell far above the government's approved price. As a result, they get a very low turnout of customers. Mayowa Okwato, TVC News, Makurdi.
In other news now, President Bola Tinubu has hosted presidents of 3 West African countries at the presidential villa Abuja. The president welcomed President Patrice Talon of Benin, President Mohamed Bazoum of Niger, and President Umaru Sissoko Embalo of Guinea-Bissau at the forecourt of the presidential villa. The visit comes after President Tinubu was elected chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government at the last summit in Guinea-Bissau. Issues relating to security and the economy were discussed, as well as ways to strengthen the region's democracy. Meanwhile, former President of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, was also at the presidential villa to see President Bola Tinubu on some national issues. Now, barring any last-minute change, the Senate will receive President Bola Tinubu's ministerial nominees list tomorrow. This development was disclosed by the clerk of the National Assembly earlier today. By law, the president is expected to forward the list of ministerial nominees to the National Assembly 60 days from the date he takes the oath of office. In the last few weeks, there have been different speculations of individuals who will make the list and purported lists circulating online. But presidential spokesperson Dele Alake denied the lists as unfounded. Nigeria's House of Representatives has urged the Federal Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development to commence an awareness campaign program in order to curtail the outbreak of anthrax. The ministry recently announced the presence of the animal-infested epidemic in Nigeria. The laboratory test on samples by the National Veterinary Research Institute confirmed the first reported case of a livestock farm in Gajiri village, Suleja, Niger State. The House says there is the urgent need to prevent the spread of the disease, which may affect humans who come in direct contact with affected animals.
Recognizes the urgent need for proactive measures to prevent the spread of anthrax in Nigeria and protect the health and livelihoods of citizens by placing public health precautions in places such as strict surveillance and monitoring of livestock farms, as well as proper disposal of infected animals and contaminated materials. Resolves to urge the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development to collaborate with relevant stakeholders in implementing effective surveillance, vaccination, and awareness campaigns to contain the outbreak and provide adequate resources and support to affected communities.